Hi, I am making non-traditional stuffed peppers. Let's get started. When I say non-traditional, it's because I'm using cauliflower. I'm not using rice. So you should use whichever you prefer. We've been eating on the healthier side lately, so cauliflower is what I'm going to use. I also am using red onion because that's what I had in my refrigerator. Here's what you're gonna need. I have 4 green bell peppers, fresh parsley, fresh basil that I just picked. I have half of a head of cauliflower. I'm gonna pulse in my Ninja thing. Tomato puree because it's what I have. If you only have crushed, that's fine. Or if you have whole and you want to crush them up, that's fine too. I do prefer the puree for this. I've got some locatelli cheese and then 2 pounds of ground turkey. I'd originally planned to use beef, but when I opened it up, it wasn't good anymore. Salt, pepper, olive oil. Yeah. All right. I'll start with some olive oil in the bottom of my pot, and then I'll add my onion in. I have a wooden cutting board. I opted to use this one today. Kosher salt, cracked black pepper. I'm gonna cook my onions until they just start to get a little bit translucent. Add my ground turkey in. This is one that I just defrosted. And then to this, of course, I'll add more kosher salt, cracked black pepper. I'll do a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of garlic powder, and I'm gonna let this go until it's all cooked through. While that's going, I'm gonna add my cauliflower to my Ninja. Pulse this until it gets to little tiny pieces. Alternatively, you can totally use frozen cauliflower rice. I just happen to have this and I need to use it, so that's what we're using today. I ended up using about 2/3 of that head of cauliflower, so I'll set this off to the side. Now let's get our peppers prepped. To do that, I like to cut off the top, take out the insides plus any seeds, pop out the stem, oops, and I'm gonna set this all to the side. I'll do that for the other 3 peppers. Switching gears a little bit, the meat is completely cooked through and chopped up, so now I'll add that cauliflower. Of course, we wanna season at every stage, salt, cracked black pepper. Cauliflower doesn't need to cook, I'm simply just incorporating it into the meat itself. I'm actually gonna turn that burner off. Now I'm gonna add a splash of, I guess about 1/3 of that can of tomato puree. Again, the heat's off. Fresh basil and parsley. Some locatelli cheese. You can use shredded parm too if you have that. This is just pecorino romano. Let's go over the peppers. In the bottom of my pan, I have a little bit of that tomato puree. I'm gonna add some olive oil, just to bump up the flavor. My turkey mixture, everybody does this a little bit differently. Some people don't cook their meat. Some people do. They like it more packed. They like the pepper a little undercooked. They like it overcooked. We're a family of, we like the peppers really soft. So I'm gonna do each pepper and the tops. I'll show you what that looks like. All right, so those 4 peppers are filled. I have these remaining pepper tops, and what I do is I just take the filling and I put it right on these little pieces. These are usually my favorite part. I don't know what it is, but I love it. Now they're all filled. I'll take the rest of that tomato sauce and pour it over top. Little locatelli cheese on each one. Drizzle a little bit more olive oil, and then these are getting covered with a couple little vent holes and baked at 400 degrees for about 45 minutes to an hour. All right, these just got done. Oh my goodness. So I want to evaporate some of this liquid in here. We're actually not going to eat for probably another hour or 2. So I'm going to let these hang out and then I'll show you what we do. This is where I always lose some people. I do a drizzle of ketchup on top. I told you these are not authentic. And these are going back in the oven at 425 for about a half an hour. These look heavenly and perfect. I just have mine obviously here and a little grandma salad. Let's have a taste. Josh just dipped a potato chip in the bottom of the pepper thing. I am over the moon excited for this. Like I said, we like our peppers cooked really done and like soft, and I love this concentrated topping part. Ooh, so hot. Surface of the sun hot. I feel like I'm gonna need a minute This has got to cool. Hold, please. This is not hanging in my dish. Depth perception. This is me. This is a dish. I got all this space. I outdid myself. Excellent. You don't even miss the rice. The only way you won't rice is, one, you love rice. Two, you're trying to bulk it up a bit. But I'm not trying to do either of those things. Down 20 pounds. And it's by making changes like this. And exercise and starving myself. I'm just kidding.